What's good with it? It's your boy, Mistah Wilson, and here we got Gangsta Rick here on the block with us today, man. How you doing, man?
What's up with it, man?
Chilling, man. Glad to have you here for this exclusive interview with ThaWilsonBlock.
Good to be here.
Thank you, man. What's new?
Shit, man. There's a lot of new projects coming up, man. I'm working on a new album.
Yeah.
Updating my DVD.
Yeah.
That I'm probably gonna put out with every album I drop.
Okay.
Photo shoot coming up, actually exclusive for Pasadena music scene.
Yes, sir.
And then I also got I got a show coming up, opening up at a wrestling event.
Uh-oh.
To hit me up for that.
Well,
I got some other shit too. I don't know.
Yeah, no doubt. So, just for the people listening that may not know who I am or you are, can you give us just a quick background on yourself?
So yeah, I go by Gangsta Rick or G Rick for short. I was actually born and raised in Pasadena on Woodbury and Lincoln. Rest of my family's in Pasadena. It's all, if you're from the northwest section of Pasadena, you already know it's pretty much the same area.
Right.
But yeah, I grew up out here and just lived that street life just because I was raised, by people who were in that lifestyle of gangbanging and all that.
Right.
So, I came from that, but made something positive out of it.
Right.
And that's pretty much what I am. I came from a hard life. I did some hard shit, and now I'm turning it around and making a good sample for my kids and other people to follow. Right on,
man.
That's kind of my backstory.
So speaking on that positive turnaround, what led you to become a rapper?
To become a rapper, actually, I never decided one day to be a rapper.
Right.
I just knew when I heard it, a certain song. I was in 3rd grade. I heard a certain song and I said, damn, I can't wait to spit my story like that.
Right.
In 93, I was in 3rd grade. I heard a Eazy-E song, Real Motherfucking G's.
Yeah.
Talking about, all that street shit. Actually, it was beef with Snoop and Dre back then. But all his shit that he talked about, when I went outside my front door, and on my street there's drive-bys, crackheads overdosing, fools shooting dice and boxing it out over money.
Right.
So when I went outside, it made sense because I would listen to the lyrics.
Right.
And in 3rd grade, I could spit that song out of nowhere, word for word, from beginning to end.
Wow.
And people would trip out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and see, I didn't have a dad to sit there and break shit down to me. I just had, a single mom on welfare with 4 kids. So the music was like the father who could tell me the shit my mom couldn't. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So there was no father figure.
There's no father figure to
moderate
really
what you were listening to or whatnot.
Right, because the ones that were around, I had, stepdads, and my dad was in and out of jail.
Yeah.
He's deported in Mexico now, but pretty much everyone's in and out of jail. Any guys that were in my life, so I never had a straight, settled person there. Right. But that music is what did it for me, and I was like, okay, this is what's going on.
So how old were you when you started?
Shit, when I started, basically since 3rd grade, I would start singing all the lyrics myself.
Yeah.
And then later on, probably around junior high, I would try to start flowing my own shit.
Right, write your own lyrics.
Yeah, write my own lyrics to songs that were already out there.
Yeah.
So I would be writing, but then actually recording. I actually started recording probably about 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, really?
Actually, right at I don't know if you guys know what's his name. He had the shop up there in Washington. King. Yeah, Big
barber.
K or something.
Yeah, rest in peace, King. Yeah.
So I actually was spitting at the studio over there.
Oh, it's a studio.
Yeah, he had a studio in there for no, it's a clothing shop, but he had a studio in the after hours.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
He'd come to the back, and he had a studio. Yeah. And I'd be over there with you had him on a music scene, J Rail.
J Rail, yeah, my boy. Shout out J Rail.
Yeah, him and another cat we used to roll with.
Yeah.
So I'd be over there, and that's actually when I first started recording, and then I loved it, I dropped a verse and they're like, damn, your lyrics are tight. They're like, you're going to be dope when as we keep going. Right. And then I was like, I want to be able to record myself, produce myself, and make this shit sound the way I want to make it sound. Because then I started recording at random studios, and I was like, nah, man, they're not even producing it right.
Right. So now you produce your own stuff? Yeah,
I don't produce beats, but I engineer on my stuff, I should say. I engineer everything. I record myself. I write myself, record myself.
Yeah.
Engineer, mix, master all my own stuff.
What programs do you use?
I use Pro Tools 8 and a Mac.
No doubt.
Yeah, and I got AKG mic, some sensor headphones, and like I have a pretty decent setup.
Yeah.
My studio costs like $4,000 putting it together.
Wow. No doubt.
But it's because I'm about that quality. That's why.
Right. It's important, man. Especially when you investing in putting together a real product. A real product package.
Exactly. That's my whole goal of getting that good studio, is to bring a good package. When you put in my CD, you're gonna hear it like if it's something on the radio. It's gonna have that same quality. Crisp, clear, loud.
Yeah. So what would you say exactly your genre is? Would you say it's Chicano rap, or would you say it's just rap, or what?
I think actually that's where like I'm kind of different from a lot of Chicano rap artists out there. If you see me, you see a Chicano gangbanger. If you look at me, like all tied up, bald, G'd up.
Right, the typical.
Typical stereotype.
Right.
Gangster, right? And because that's where I came from, and that's how I keep it. I keep it G.
Right.
But even though I turn my life around, I'm doing something good and positive. I'm still keeping my style. But anyway, I think I'm a little bit different because I spit my music exactly how I talk. Right. And I grew up in LA, with the Chicano accent that everybody has, but in my house I wasn't raised by my dad from Mexico, so I don't have that Spanish accent. Right. So that kind of separates me. And then I'm actually mixed with the half Creole. If some people don't know what that is, that comes from the South, but it's American Indian, French, and Black. So I'm half that and half Chicano.
Oh, wow. No doubt. So, hey, don't let it get confused. You know what I'm saying?
Like, and before, so it puts me in a hard spot where Chicanos are like, oh, fool, you ain't, all the way Chicano.
Right.
And then
so you've actually been faced with like those situations like that?
Yeah, because I'm not, because I'm not fluent in Spanish. I understand it, but I'm not fluent in it.
Right.
So I had to deal with like being rejected from both sides.
Right.
So now that puts me in the point where I'm glad to be myself and who I am, because now I sound different, and that's what puts me in my own genre.
Absolutely.
Because, honestly, I categorize myself as West Coast rap. I don't categorize myself as Chicano rap.
Right.
I'll throw it out there, Chicano rap, because I am Chicano, and I support, all my Chicano rappers, and, I came from that same lifestyle. Yeah. But my rap is...
But it doesn't define you.
It doesn't define me, because if you listen to my shit and other Chicano rap, my shit sounds way different.
Yeah.
Honestly, my shit's in between your regular, like West Coast rap, like Dre, Snoop.
Yeah.
And in between Chicano rap, I'm right in the middle,
Yeah, exactly. When I listen to the album, I got a feel of West Coast rap. It wasn't like, this is just Chicano. It was more like... it's the culture that he's bringing. You know what I'm saying? It's the Chicano image. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Right. And you actually have, you've lived some of the lifestyle, so it's not like it's not authentic.
Right. Yeah. No, it's definitely authentic. Right. I mean, I was 15 years old, a felony and first strike. You know what I'm saying? Like I put in work.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Doubt.
So that ain't no doubt. But just as far as categorize myself, I just say I'm West Coast rap.
Yeah.
And honestly, like I don't know if you guys heard of how there's an Old West and New West. Yeah. I think I categorize myself as a new Old West. That's kind of how I look at my shit.
Yeah. Because you're like, it's like you're keeping, what everybody knows what West Coast rap to
where
be.
Where it came from, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're still keeping that essence alive.
Yeah.
By keeping it alive through the music that you make nowadays.
Yeah. I'm bringing that old school culture that we came from, that you used to hear, that you're used to hearing.
Exactly.
But then I'm throwing in like the new sounds and new rhythms that are catchy.
Right.
But it's still, the content is straight old school, because that's just how that's how it is out here.
Man, exactly, and we need that. You know what I'm saying? We need to keep that old culture alive, man, because that was what everything was founded on. That's what brought it together. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And nowadays, man, me personally, I'm not really feeling the new style of music.
I mean, I can't even listen to the radio for like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
it's just different now.
It's just different now, completely. I mean, K-Day might keep it real. You know what I'm saying?
I bump K-Day. You know what I mean?
But
the other shit just makes me want to put on fucking tight jeans, whatever the fuck they're wearing. That
it's like,
I can't get into.
Yeah, man, they know people don't want to hear that, man. For real, man.
Yeah.
So, moving forward, man. On your journey of being a rapper and doing everything it takes to just, progress at that, you were in an accident that more or less changed your life.
Right. It wasn't really, it was an accident. It wasn't like a car accident, nothing like that. I actually almost got murdered. And I was actually at a backyard party, and what's ironic about it is this has happened like years after I stopped banging. And I actually happened to go to a backyard party with a bunch of people I went to high school with. And then people knew I rapped, So they're like, hey, throw on a CD and perform. Because I actually took somebody that I just put on my label, I took him with me to get to know him better. And so we're performing in the backyard party, and I see like one group of cats just getting drunk. But when I'm performing, there are bitches over there fucking looking at us and taking pictures of us while we're performing, showing love, and they're kind of hating on that. And then anyway, I was cool with everybody, but then we're taking off from the party, and then I was waiting for that new cat that I had signed to the label. I was waiting for him to come out of the party, but he wasn't coming out. I was like, fuck this. I'm gonna go back in and get him and shit. So I went back in, and I was talking to another cat like, hey, you know, where's this fool at? And all of a sudden I get hit from the back of the head with like a hard alcohol bottle.
What?
So I just turned around and knocked someone out, and I got hit with another bottle from the back of the head, which brought me to my knees on the floor. And when I was trying to get up, they're trying to hold me down and crack me with another bottle, and that one just knocked me unconscious. And when I was unconscious, they flipped me over face up on the ground. They're stomping me out, and they had like yard tools, like shovels and shit like that, just cracking my head. And then after that, they dragged me out to the street, laid me in the middle of the street, and then someone came up with a big ass pickup truck and went straight at me to run me over, but they swerved at the last second. So I guess they didn't have it in them to finish me off, but you know, thank God that they didn't.
Thank God.
Yeah, so thank God I'm definitely blessed with my second chance at life. So
absolutely, man. Amen.
And you know, there's some cats there that I used to roll with that I don't associate myself with anymore. That's why I'm on my solo tip now, because anybody in this world will let you die before them. That's kind of how I see it. So there's no reason to associate with anybody. That's kind of how I am. But
I feel you
at the same time, I'm positive with everybody. I keep it real with everybody, but I don't need to, bite off anybody. I don't need to ask nobody for nothing or count on nobody for nothing. So that kind of changed my views as far as homies. I kind of think there's no such thing as homies. It's kind of the way I see it now. But that definitely changed my life, because I woke up, a couple of days, almost a week later. Because I was in a coma from that. And actually, they had my mom and the person I was with. They had him in there at the hospital, and they told him, they're like, he's either not gonna make it, or if he does make it, he's gonna be a vegetable. So you guys need to decide what you want to do. And then a couple of days later, I woke up fully responsive. And it was a trip, because I woke up.
Did you remembered everything?
I didn't remember shit until a couple of people that were there with me told me what happened. I remember up until the point where I got knocked unconscious. I don't remember nothing after that.
And so, did they have any motives?
They're just a bunch of drunk youngsters. Like, there's probably about 6 to 10 of them. They're just drunk and mad because their bitches were jocking. But see, they came at me from the back where I didn't see it or expect it. Because I would have known, I would have been
you would have countered that.
Yeah, I would have been like, done, just crack them all and that's it. But they got me from the back because they're smart. I'm not a small guy. It's easy to tell. That I got it in me.
They knew what they had to do.
Yeah. And that's exactly what they did. So, that's what happened with that. And it's kind of crazy because right now I have memory loss from that. And it's not severe. It's I don't know how they say it, like moderate memory loss. It's kind of crazy. It's like you hear things, people tell you stuff that you did or like stuff that the family did, and you're like, it's like your first time hearing it. You kind of you feel stupid sometimes. So I deal with that, and then actually for 5 months after I was on bed rest, I had to be on 24-hour watch because I couldn't fall asleep for more than like 5 hours.
Really?
Because I guess I was at a position I could pass away if I fell asleep for too long. And I was on all kinds of steroids and all kinds of painkillers. Because when I woke up from the bed, I went to the restroom. They walked me over there, and my head was just like 3 times the size. Like, it was crazy. That shit was crazy. But, I came a long way from that, and I would talk with a slur.
When did that happen?
That happened in 2010.
Wow, that wasn't even that long.
Not that long ago. And I had to learn how to, like, talk again. I could talk, but I would talk real slow. Like, if you would ask me a question, it'll take me, like, literally 5 or 6 seconds for me to respond.
Longer,
I would have to, like, comprehend it.
Process it.
And it was real weird for, like, the first year I was like that. And then also I was getting dizzy. If I was up for more than, like, 10 minutes, I'll get dizzy just walking. Like, it's just, I was really off balance. It was crazy. So anyway, I'm pretty much like, you could say I'm like 95% recovered.
No doubt. Hey, man, you bounced back for real, man. And you on it.
Now it's just the memory loss is my only side effect. And once in a great while I'll get head pain, but I got medicine for that because I had a brain swelling and all kinds of crazy shit.
Well, I mean, even with time, that should get better.
Yeah,
you
it
know
gets better.
saying?
Every year that goes by is definitely a lot easier.
No doubt, man.
Yeah, so that definitely changed my life and inspired me to do a lot of the stuff that I'm doing now. And that's actually why I'm so busy every day. I don't go to bed till midnight. I get up at 6.
Oh, wow.
And I'm doing shit all day long. I haven't watched TV in like weeks. Because I'm doing shit because to me my time here is limited. So it's either you do it now or you ain't doing it.
Man, exactly. Hey, man, bro, you are a living inspiration for me, man. You know what I'm saying? I look at you and I'm like, you know what? I see, you know, you hold down the job, you take care of your kids, you know what I'm saying? You still pursue the music and it's still original, it's still hot. So, hey, man, it's only a matter of time for you blow, man. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that,
And speaking of that, you know, I want to talk about a couple things, man. I want to talk about your app, you know what I'm saying? A lot of local artists don't understand how effective it can be. And I also want to talk about Unlock Entertainment.
Oh, okay.
So real quick, the app. What led you to get the app? And how
you know what? For artists that are on Reverb Nation, pretty much has their tools for everything. I actually saw an ad the first year they came out with the app. It was $100 for a year to get a phone app for the iPhone. I was like, man, you know, I was making bank back then, so I was like, you know, let me give this a shot. You know, that's kind of when apps were new, you know.
Yeah.
And then I kept it every year, and people.
So it had that one-time exclusive offer.
Yeah, it had this one-time exclusive offer because it was $100. Now it's $300 if you want it. You know what I mean? It's $100, and I still get that same deal every year because I'm on the contract for that old deal. But anyway, every day hundreds and hundreds of people will download it. My app. I mean, this is no promoting. Me not doing shit.
Just it being on the market.
Just it being on the market. I guess, you know, and I have it on the market as
Gangsta
Android
market.
Now, at first it was just on the iPhone market. Now, a year later, they kicked it up to the Android market as well. And once it went to Android too, it blew up even more.
And you got how many downloads?
Right now it's at almost 32,000 people.
Oh, that's just crazy.
That's how many people have it on their phone right now, which they can listen to my music, watch my music videos, see photos of fans. You know, because of course I put my photos up with my fans because you know I do this shit for you guys, you know. So it's cool to have everyone up there and all my fans to see it, you know, across the world. But yeah, I see people submit pictures through there from like India and like all kinds of different countries. But that's my best investment because that shit promoted itself. I didn't have to do nothing. I mean, now I have flyers when I hit car shows in different places. It's always on the back of my flyer, my phone app. And it's a free app too, you know. So you get access to everything right there. Everything I'm doing, all the music, videos, pictures. Even you could even buy show tickets when I have shows coming up.
Wow, and that's 30,000 people that automatically know.
Over 30,000 people that know right at the touch of their hands, right there on their phone.
Wow.
And that's the best investment I ever made.
So it's in Android market.
It's in. Actually, right now, they just took it off of Android because of some difficulties, but they're going to repost it up on Android. So I'm waiting for that to come around, but it's still on iPhones right now.
Okay, yeah, you know what? Because, you know, I got an Android, and I looked for it. I looked for it.
It disappeared, right?
Yeah, I couldn't find it.
I hit them up. I was like, hey, what the fuck happened in the Android app? And they're like, oh, something happened with our contracts with them, and they took our stuff down. They're like, but they're negotiating a new contract with Android, so as soon as they do, it'll be right back up there.
Right, no doubt. Keep me posted on that. You know.
I'll let you know.
You know, we can just do our basics with the music scene and stuff like that. So tell me a little more about Unlock Entertainment. Now, first off, I just want to say that a lot of artists. Here's one of the little things that impressed me about you was that when I went to GangstaRick.com. It took me straight to your Reverb page.
Right, yeah, that's what I have here.
And a lot of people don't know about domain forwarding and all of that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, man.
It's actually funny the way I came up with that.
Wow, yeah. And so one thing I did notice was that you got like other people on the Unlock Entertainment Reverb.
Yeah.
Is that the fan engagement?
Yeah, it's pretty much the fan engagement. I used to have a lot of cats on my label.
Right. Some of them look like they were part of the label.
Yeah. No, I had about 10 people on the label at one time, and actually, I dropped everybody recently. Actually, after my accident, I dropped everybody.
Oh, really? Because they understood, though, right?
Oh, they understood. There is some kind of behind-the-scenes crooked shit going down, so I cut everybody off. I'm not the one who needed anybody, you know what I mean?
Right.
I was just helping everybody out, but there comes a time where you got to stop helping people out and just do yourself, and that's what I did, and they know what's up, you know what I mean?
So it's just Gangsta Rick 100?
It's just Gangsta Rick 100
no
now.
Doubt.
I mean, I used to rep Unlock ENT hard because it would rep everybody on the label. So I'll
Yeah.
push Unlock ENT this, Unlock ENT that. You wouldn't really hear Gangsta Rig. Now I'm just pushing Gangsta Rig.
Right.
You know, and it's still Unlock ENT.
Right. So, tell me a little bit about the CD DVD combo, the Gangsta Rig latest project.
Yeah, that I just dropped that one actually in September last summer. CD and DVD, my street album called Keep It G, has 13 of my best tracks. Actually, I worked on tracks for 3 years for that album.
Wow.
You know, it's my very first album, but it, like I said, it's better than some of these fools' fifth albums.
Yeah, man.
and that ain't even me seeing that's other people telling me that.
Right.
You know, so
no doubt.
you know, you could definitely hear what I put into it.
Yeah.
I mean, I did over 150 songs and only 13 made the cut.
Wow.
You know, so
tell me a little bit about the track list, man.
I got the first song I got Jasper Loco from Charlie Rocampo on there. The song called Suspect. I actually hooked up with him because I used to see him at a bunch of shows I performed at, but I didn't know he was from the hood that I used to fuck with back in the day in Montebello, and I used to do some street business with them, and I didn't even know they had a rapper until I seen him. And then
Montebello's hood though.
Yeah, Montebello's hood. Yeah. That's East LA.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, they're super active out there. So I actually used to do some shit out there, and then so he just came through, you know, hooked me up, came through, dropped a verse, and I got him on there. I got Miss Jova on there. If you hear any girl singing in my songs on that CD, that's Miss Jova.
Tell me a little about Miss Jova, because I see she had a pretty nice presence on the album.
Yeah, she definitely grew with me. Actually, the person I was with, that was her sister, and I was actually at a house party, at their family house party, and I heard someone singing on the karaoke mic. I was like, "Who's that? Who's that singing?" And they're like, "Oh, that's Jova." I was like, "What the fuck? Jova?" I was like, "Hell no, I'm putting her in the studio."
Right.
So I told her, you know, I was like, "Hey, like, you know, let's get in the studio and drop something." She was like, "Oh yeah, I've always wanted to record. I never recorded before." And we actually did my song called Gangsta Rig that's on the album.
Yeah.
That's actually the first track we recorded. And she was dope. She, like, her style fit my style. When we're in the studio, we collab so easy. It's like the best chemistry in the studio, and everyone knows the best chemistry makes a huge difference.
Absolutely. It's all about the chemistry and the vibe.
And we vibe off the same shit. We have the same mind, and as far as music is, and she just went with me real well, and every song she did, she got better and better. So, you know, she didn't just come and sing. She worked on shit that I told her to work on, and she improved on it herself. And that song, Nothing But the West, was actually one of my best hits off the CD. I think that was the best song that she got on, and she killed that.
And so where's she from?
She's actually from Fontana in the IE.
Okay.
Yeah, she's out there. I actually used to stay out there for 5 years. I had my own pad out there.
And that's when you went to...
Yeah, I went to the house party out there, and caught her right there. But she's from Fontana.
No doubt.
And
you guys still working together? You guys
we kind of stopped for a while, but yeah, still working. I actually still have more tracks I'm gonna drop on my next album featuring her, because I have tracks that I've been saving for 4 years.
Wow.
That she got on, you know. That I was like, I just know I'm not ready to get on it yet. But now I'm at that level, like.
But I mean, you also sitting on 150 out of 13 that you just put out. I mean.
Yeah.
Man, are we gonna see a G-Rig mixtape or what?
You know what? I'm about to drop a mixtape with all that old
real,
shit.
Man.
Some
you
old
know?
school shit.
Yeah. Man, the streets appreciate it.
Yeah. That's definitely something to keep in mind, man. But yeah, you're gonna hear on some upcoming shit. We've performed live at shows. Actually in Pasadena at the Terrace, we performed at the Baby Bash show a couple years back, and we got mad love from the crowd. They love Jova.
Yeah, no
I mean,
doubt.
I brought her out, and crowd went wild, you know. And then she could sing, so.
Yeah, the Terrace, man. That's a place where you know a lot of local cats get their start. You know, at least you know every real Pasadena artist has performed there at least once.
Yeah,
you know
everybody knows Terrace.
So yeah, man. What about anybody else on the album? Any other features?
I got you know what? I got features actually from the people that I used to have on my label. Uno Loc, he's on a couple of the songs. He was actually a Crip from South Central. I have who else? I have Young Marciano. He's from San Bernardino. He was on my label. He's on they're actually on Nothing But the West. Trying to think who else. I don't know. I got so many features, but it's mostly people that I fucked with, like either in the streets or they're on my label.
Right. No one really from the outside that you.
Yeah, except for the only one from the outside was Jasper. But then again, I used to fuck with him anyway.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day, I just didn't know. You know.
Right.
But
so tell me about the DVD that came with the
DVD.
combo.
The DVD.
And what made you do it? You just wanted to, you know.
What happened was,
more.
I didn't plan on making a DVD. The whole time I was working on those 150 songs and started performing and stuff, I was like, you know what? Let me get some video cameras and have people, you know, videotape my performances, my interviews and things, and just for the fans to see for YouTube.
Right.
And then when I was closer to getting done with my album, I had so much footage of so much shit. I'm like, you know what? Like, it's gonna be my first album. They ain't just gonna hear who the fuck Gangsta Rick is. They're gonna see Gangsta Rick. So let me drop a DVD in this.
Yeah.
So I put it together, and it was a lot of work. I had to go through a gang of footage, and
you actually edited some of it.
I edited all of it.
Wow.
And
what'd you edit it in?
And the one that comes on the Mac iMovie.
Oh, iMovie, okay.
Yeah, I edited with that. And then they also Mac has a iDVD.
Yeah.
And that's actually what I created the menus with.
No doubt.
I created the menus with that, and
see, you're resourceful, man.
And I know how to use what I got and make it look like I got something better. You know what I mean?
Hey, for real, man.
Because you know, like I was telling you earlier, man. I came from wearing secondhand clothes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Social. You know, what's it called? The army. What's it called? Salvation Army. I mean, I grew up, you know, having to save my shit, make my shit last.
Yeah.
So I know how to work with the little shit that I got, and that's what I did. And if you see it, my shit looks real. You know, like the menus are rotating with pictures. You know, and the titles are there. Exactly. It looks dope.
Yeah,
so
it's nice. It's
I made the best of it.
Yeah, no doubt. So yeah, man. Speaking on the performances, you know, you've done like a slew of you know, charity concerts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that. I know you just had a recent one, toy drive.
Yeah. I just had a recent toy drive in December.
Tell me about some of the acts you performed with.
Well, first of all, what's up and coming, I open up for big artists. I like to open up for big artists simply because there's a bigger crowd there. And if you open up for bigger artists, you got to pay to do that. So, you know, if you're serious about your shit and you want to invest in yourself, that's the way to go, because you gain a bunch of new fans. And so I opened up for Too Short, Baby Bash, Mac 10, MC8, Little Easy. So many I can't even remember, but, you know, I like all these people that kind of from the same genre that I am. Yeah. Because I know that that crowd will feel my shit.
Yeah, and that's West Coast rap.
That's West Coast rap, all that original shit. Yeah. So I've opened up for all those type of artists, you know, multiple times. Yeah. And I always get mad love. So I love doing shows, getting out there, and I'm taking pictures with everybody, giving out free CDs, you know.
So tell me about the charity aspect of it. So tell me what exactly were the benefit concerts?
The charity ones, I actually got hit up to do charity ones. That was later on when I was kind of getting the buzz already. Yeah. And they'll get hit up, you know, I'll get hit up like, hey, we're having a charity event. If you want to come perform, you know, let me know. I'm like, hell yeah, let me jump on that shit, because I love charity, you know. Like,
thank you.
Like I said, giving back. I grew up getting Salvation Army stuff. So now I'm donating, and then to be able to do a show, even more, you know?
And do it at the same time.
And do it at the same time. And what I love, that's just crazy. So I had to jump on those. So the last one was December. We did a Christmas toy drive. It was actually music themes through it, and Block Life through it, and we raised a lot of toys to donate for Christmas for children in need. And the way it worked is you didn't have to sell tickets to get people in. To get in, you need to bring a brand new toy unwrapped, and we actually ended up filling like a huge box overflowing, and they made a real big donation to the Salvation Army. So it was real cool. You know, when I jumped on the mic, you know, I told them a little bit like, you know, I came from this, you know, growing up getting Salvation Army and stuff. So you know, I'm definitely blessed to be here and do this and raise some stuff for them.
Exactly, no doubt, man. That's real, man. That's what I expect from, you know, artists that's coming up, because, you know, when we coming up, you know, there's cats we look up to, but then there's a whole generation that looks up to us now. You know what I mean? And when you give back, you know what I'm saying, especially in a way that you're still doing what you love to do, that lets someone that's looking at you know that, you know what, I can do that too. You know what
that's exactly the way I do a lot of my stuff. I try to inspire the youngsters, because like you said, man, we got people we look up to.
Exactly.
There's people looking up to us, man. We're the next example.
Exactly.
And that's why I'm doing what I do.
Exactly, man. All we could do is do our part. You know what I mean?
Yeah, do our part. I mean, shit. My whole goal is showing these youngsters, man, you come from a shitty place, you could gangbang, do some dirty ass shit, but then you can change all that because that's all you know, so that's not your fault. But you can change it all.
Right.
And make something positive out of it and still keep it G, still keep it who you are, you know, like I went to fucking college for vocational and graduated in business administration. Now I'm doing office jobs.
Exactly.
Getting more paper, you know, like you can fucking do it, you know what I mean? There's no fucking excuses, man. And just look at the better shit in life.
Yeah.
You know,
you're a living testament, man.
Yeah,
you know
I mean, like, you know, I have 4 kids, so, you know, I don't want to be the next dad trying to raise them from prison, you know.
Right.
So I'm out here, you know, I'm with my kids all the time and giving them
way
more than what I had. So I feel really good about that.
No doubt. So real quick, man, still on the music tip, man. Tell me about the Cali So Dope music video.
All right.
What went into that?
But besides my heart and soul, and besides the West, a lot went into that. Cali So Dope. It's actually crazy the way that it happened. So we shot Cali So Dope in 2013 in the summer, and we shot it at the Pasadena Rose Bowl and the Pasadena Suicide Bridge and Pasadena Old Town.
Right.
And Pasadena on Woodbury and Lincoln, Altadena, because that's where I grew up. So I had to bring it home a little bit, you know. But anyway, so when you see it, ain't nothing but Pasadena. But I actually was gonna do another song, my self-titled song called Gangsta Rick, where Jova's on the hook. We actually planned the whole shoot around that song. But the day of the shoot, Ms. Jova had to cancel and she couldn't make it. So I was like, now I got to pick a different song.
Right.
So I picked Cali So Dope because I had all the lowriders there.
Yeah.
You know, the whole West Coast scene. I was like,
what lowriders were there?
The lowriders came from High Times Pasadena Car Club, and big shout out to them.
Yeah,
everybody there. And they brought all the lowriders. I was actually surprised they brought so many fucking rides, and they're all hooked up.
I mean, when I saw the video, I was like, you know, this ain't green screen.
Yeah, no. I don't fuck with that green
had the
screen.
Fleet out there, smacking down the bridge and hitting
swerving on the
left
Suicide
turn.
Bridge. Hitting the turns on 3 and shit.
And then you guys went to the Rose Bowl for that shot.
Yeah, we went to the Rose Bowl. We did a lot of shots there at the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
Just parked in front of it.
Had the G-Rick girls there.
Had my G-Rick girls there, you know, rocking the Gangsta Rick tops. You know, we got to put the sexiness into it. You know what I mean? Fools don't want to be staring at me all day. You know what I mean? So I give them some eye candy.
Right,
you know?
something to look at.
Yeah,
you know
something better to look at.
Are you gonna turn the lack into the thing and join the club?
Right? Yeah, my DeVille. I'm gonna throw some Dayton's on it pretty soon.
Yeah, and you gonna join the club?
You know what?
Maybe, huh?
Maybe. That may be in the talk.
Yeah,
you know, once
doubt.
my shit's ready. But you know, I got my lowrider bike too. That was in the video. That was actually my stepdad, who passed away the year he saw making of the video, but he never got to see the final video.
Right, wow.
And at the end of the video, it says in loving memory of Victor Diaz. That was my stepdad, and it's actually his lowrider bike that he passed on to me. That's in the video. So that's what that's about. But a lot went into it, bringing the car club together, all the custom clothes for the girls, the locations, and you know, you're from Pasadena, so you know how hard it is to shoot at the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
You know, and I ain't gonna pay no fucking $3,000 to rent a couple fucking parking spots to shoot.
Exactly.
So we went in there with all the lowriders. I said, we gotta get this shit done quick. And dip out, right? And we're sitting there shooting, and the fucking, sure enough, the cops are right there looking, you know, from across the way. I'm like, fuck, man, we gotta wrap this up.
Yeah.
And we did as many shots. We were there for, I think, like about 45 minutes. So we actually got some good time in.
Right.
And then we had to bounce because they're already about to flip the lights. Yeah, and it's kind of weird because when we're shooting, people are coming up like, oh, what's going on, you know? Because there's a lot of tourists out here, you know, to see the Rose Bowl in different places out there.
It's the Rose Bowl. It's something's going on. They're like, oh,
yeah, like, who's this?
They think it's a featured event.
Right,
really, it's
it's not. It's low key. I'm trying to do this low
live
key.
Culture shit going on here.
Yeah, like you fucking up my shit.
Right.
Bringing too much attention.
Exactly.
But I mean, you know, we rode in there with all the lowriders, all these gangsters, so of course we get attention right away. So we shot real quick and dipped out. Then we got some scenes with the Pasadena Suicide Bridge.
Yeah.
Actually mapped out a route for the video. I said we're going to start on Woodbury and Lincoln, do those shots, then we're going to drive down to the Rose Bowl, do those shots, then drive to this one street where you can see the Suicide Bridge in the background, and then we're going to dip through on the Suicide Bridge, and then through Old Town last, because everybody knows if you rode through Old Town on the low, you're getting pulled over.
So we'll save that for last.
So you know, I mapped it out accordingly.
Right, no doubt. Hey man, you got to have a plan.
You know, if you weren't from Pasadena, you know, you wouldn't know how to map that shit.
Yeah, exactly. And you would have got it would have probably never happened.
Ate up at the beginning.
Exactly.
So yeah, a lot went into that. Actually, 3 8-hour days went into that.
Wow.
4-minute video.
Wow.
Yeah, so actually I shot here, and I also shot in Fontana. We shot a big old intro and outro and story line for it, but that didn't get used after all in the video just because it didn't fit. Otherwise, it would have been like a 10-minute video, which is just way too much.
Right.
But I'm gonna use that footage for something else. And then the last place we shot was way out in Paris, which is about like 2 hours from here.
That's like middle of Riverside.
Yeah,
right?
It's past that. It's like an hour past Riverside, and we shot at an old water factory that was an old water plant that was abandoned, and we shot there because it was all tagged up from head to toe, and it was all decaying, and it just looked tight. So I got some shots from there, and that was a wrap after that. And then actually I shot the footage to someone in Texas to produce it and put it together. So
and he did it.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah,
it actually came
so
out
LA
well.
Hitman shot it. LA Hitman filmed it and shot it.
No doubt.
And then I sent it to another producer to put it together, and that's how that came about. So
also, I can't forget to mention this. Popping in the West, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's my new shit.
It's the top 10 on the Reverb Nation charts.
Yeah,
You know
that shit
what I'm
hit
saying?
top 10.
Yeah, so tell me about that single and Midget Loco, man.
All right, so first of all, if anybody listens to Chicano rap, you know who the fuck Midget Loco is. He's from Boyle Heights, from the flats over there.
Yeah.
And he's actually like an OG to me. You know what I mean? He's an older generation than me, and he spits that old school shit just like I do. Actually, I bump his shit to this day. I still bump his shit.
Yeah.
So I actually opened up at a couple of shows for him. There's shows that he did, and I opened up for him, and I saw him rocking on my shit when I was performing. Showed me love, chopped it up with him after. I went to a signing event that he did and chopped it up with him more. I was like, let's work on the track, and he was down with it. So he's actually been hearing my shit. He's seen the music video, Cali's So Dope, so he actually knows Elliot Hitman from work he's done before for him. So we kind of know everybody, the same people in the industry, and he's from the street. So we hooked up, and I was working on a new track, and I was like, you know what, I think Midget Loco would sound tight on this shit. So that's when I hit him up about it, and he was cool with it. So
what was it that pushed it to the top 10?
Midget Loco he has a huge fan base out here in LA, and more than LA, it's all along the West Coast, all the states, and he has a huge fan base, and he showed love and he pushed it out to his people, you know what I mean? And that's what pushed it up to top 10, because he was sharing it from my Reverb Nation.
Right,
and that shot me up to top 10 in the charts. And if anybody is on Reverb Nation in Pasadena, you know how fucking many music makers there is out here.
Yeah, you know how hard it is to get there.
When I started, put it this way, when I started, I was number 1,000 something on the chart.
Exactly.
And to go to number 10 is a big ass thing.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, me personally, I've been there.
Yeah,
I've been to the top 3 for months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was crazy because I always was number 2 to someone who wasn't even from Pasadena, but it was so many people that they ended up ranking right there.
Yeah.
But and that's why I'm saying I know how hard it is to get.
Yeah, it's hard, and the ones who did it is the fans, man. He pushed it out because he was feeling it so much.
Yeah.
And his fans shared it like crazy. Like he has some loyal ass fans, and that's what he capitalizes on is his loyal fans. He loves his loyalty that he has.
Yeah.
And
but also the app too, right? I mean,
the app. From the app. I shot out a little, I don't know what you call it, a little notice for everyone who has my app. I'm like, new single popping in the West, check it, and they all hit that shit.
I kid you not, I got it in my email, and as soon as I got it, before you even told me it was out, I had put it on the music scene.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? I put it on the little blog, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I seen that.
And then just because I was just like, because usually when I'm on there, man, if I see any new Pasadena releases, anything like that, I try to plug it in there just because that's what it's about, you know what I mean? Everybody's movements. So yeah, man, I definitely seen that, and if I could help it, man, we should try to get that to number 1 on the charts, man.
Yeah, I would love to.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you get to top 10, I mean that's especially for Pasadena, because Pasadena is only so big. Right. You know what I mean, you only got so many artists that are actually competing on the charts.
And
you know what I'm saying?
Moving
from Pasadena.
Shit, yeah.
So man, I commend you for that.
Thank you. It's a real West Coast song. Like Midget Loco's saying, we're bringing the West back with that one, so it's that type of a song,
right?
So
exactly,
it's just popping.
No doubt, that's what's popping in the West, man.
Yep.
So tell me about any upcoming projects you got.
I'm working on a lot right now. I'm working on my new album. That Popping in the West is actually the first song from the new album. It's going to be called West Till My Death.
Uh-huh.
And major locals on this first song that I just knocked out, which you guys can check out. The next track I'm working on right now is with some Chicano rappers from San Diego. I'm working on a track with them right now. They're Miss Lovely and Smokey Loco from San Diego. They have a lot of loyal fans as well. They're coming up right now, big time. So and they got some dope shit, you know, that will fall in line with mine. So I hit them up like, let's work on this, you know, San Diego, LA track.
Right,
so
no doubt.
We're working on that right now, and I ain't gonna lie, my shit came out hard. So I'm like bumping that shit nonstop right now. It ain't done yet, but that's gonna be my next release.
Man, I'm looking forward to hearing that one, man.
So yeah, I'm working on that album. So it's gonna be another 13 tracks for that album. Should be out, I'm hoping, by the end of this year, or if I'm lucky by summer, maybe if not the end of the year, it's gonna be out.
No doubt.
And other than that, I'm working on updating my DVD. I'm gonna have a new DVD for that one.
Yeah.
I'm also working on a photo shoot that's happening this Saturday at the Rose Bowl, and I got Pasadena High Times is coming through.
Well, hey, I just want to give a shout out to High Times.
Yeah.
Because you know, your boy Gangsta Riggs just makes y'all look good, man.
Hell
you know
yeah, it's vice versa. You know, they make me look good too.
No
you
doubt.
know, and also too, shout out to LA's finest. I don't know if you've seen the gray Regal sitting on 3 in front of the Rose Bowl in the video, but she's from LA's finest, and that's a high nose ride right there. That's a girl's ride, and she's fucking riding harder than a lot of these fools out here. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to her too. So Pasadena High Times and LA's finest, man. They're keeping my shit hot. You know, bringing that West Coast. I'm all about them 100 spokes.
Yeah.
Switches. I mean, I was a little kid seeing that shit. It felt like Christmas when one would hit a switch. You know?
Right, exactly.
Like, oh shit.
Just to see it bounce. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, what the fuck? That's crazy.
Thank you.
Know? But yeah, we got a photo shoot coming up with them and a couple of my G-Rick girls, and that's actually for exclusively for Pasadena music scene.
Yeah, WilsonBlock magazine.
I ain't gonna say too much about that. That's your shit, you know.
No doubt. Yeah. Well, you know.
Yeah, so I got that. I'm actually, you know, I'm putting everything in line for that. And then other than that, I have a show coming up, opening for a wrestling event in Bell Gardens.
Okay.
All I know is it's gonna be on the 28th. And I'm
of this month?
No, actually of February.
Okay,
next
cool.
month.
Right.
So I'm gonna perform a lot of my new songs.
Yeah.
But that's what's in the works right now. I got more shit too. I'm working on so much shit every day. I forget everything I'm working on.
Right, at once, right.
Yeah, I'm working on everything. I'm always multitasking.
No doubt. That's what it takes, man.
Yeah.
You gotta always, you know, it's just like, you know, the game. You can't just have one stream of income.
Yeah.
You gotta bring it in.
And like I told you, I mean, your time is limited here, so I'm trying to do everything at once.
Exactly.
And I'm not doing everything half-assed just to say I did it. I'm doing everything to the fullest.
Exactly.
You know, so.
No doubt. And it shows too, man.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So, what are some of your goals, man? Like, what do you want to accomplish through your music?
What's crazy is my biggest goal in music is getting it heard by people who feel it and who it'll mean something to them like music meant to me when I was growing up.
Right.
I'm not in it for the money. I'm not in it for the girls. I spend way more money than I'll ever make on it because the music game's changed. No matter what anybody says, there's no platinum selling record this year at all in the whole industry. So the music game's changed. But I'm not in. So I'm just in it to get this out to people who will feel it, who will learn from it. I have some hidden messages in my songs for the youngsters. You know, like ride for yourself and you know. Keep it G. Do what you gotta do, you know, and
but keep it real.
Keep it real. Keep it you. You know, in other words, if there's a fucking hood ass president, it's not impossible. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
Like in one of my songs, like I said, imagine how it could be a fucking president in chucks and a white tee. You know what I'm saying? Like it could happen.
Yeah, it can.
So fuck what you look like. Fuck what anybody says, because people discriminate based on your looks. But yeah, you can still do it, you know, and I'm just trying to be that example and push that out there to everybody. My story, like, learn from my shit, in other words, is what I'm trying to spit.
Exactly.
And
so you actually got something in your music, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's not just entertainment, but it's also something they can take.
Right, it's entertainment, like, you could bump this shit, bob your head to it, sing along with it, but then I got some, like, in Cali So Dope, actually, I say a line just to show you an example. I say a line in there, something like you don't need a gat, you know, go out there and use your fist to scrap. You know what I mean?
Like, exactly.
Don't handle your beef with a gun, because all you're going to do is either be dead or locked up.
Right.
So I could say out there, go out there and fight, like in Friday, you're going to live to see another day. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And then you get more respect.
Yeah, because I spit my shit. You know, people are going to hate no matter who you are, what you do, people are going to hate regardless, but I spit my shit, and, you know, people hate to tell me, oh, don't do gangster rap. How am I gonna do gangster rap? That's what I am. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. How can I not be me?
Yeah, exactly. Right. Don't tell me not to be me. Right. So, in other words, I'm not spitting my shit to be on the radio.
Right.
So that's not in my goal. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would love it.
Right.
But I know it ain't gonna happen because West Coast pop really ain't popping right now. West Coast gangster rap at least ain't popping right now. Right. But I do it for the streets. Right. And so my goal is just to get this shit heard by everybody who will feel it. And I give a lot of my shit away free for that reason. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to get out of it.
Yeah, man, you tried to give me an album for free, but I had to just tell you the donation, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, and I appreciate that, man. I mean, it helps, man. It shows me that you appreciate what goes into, because you already know what's up. You know what goes into shit. And,
absolutely.
And whatnot.
So, yeah, man, that's good, man. It's good to hear that, you know what I mean, you understand that, you know, people are watching you, and that, you know, the music is actually something that that can do more than just entertain, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but, you know,
it could teach you too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and people learn from, okay, that was his story, you know, how does that apply to my life?
Yeah, you could definitely apply my morals to your life, you know.
So you grew up in Pasadena, you know what I'm saying? Born and raised, right?
Born and raised too.
No doubt.
Yep.
So, you know, ever since you've been back and hot on the scene, man, what would you say is like the state of the local music scene?
You know what, it's real hungry right now, man. Like I see a lot of people coming up and pushing their way to try to get heard out here, and a lot of people may not know this, but there's a lot of music coming out of Pasadena. But as far as getting it on the level where it can be exposed, it's just really hard to do, and that's what a lot of people are trying to do. Yeah. So at the same time, what's cool is I noticed, actually because of your movement with Pasadena music scene, there's a lot of networking going on. So now it's like, oh, let me hit up this cat from Pasadena. I never heard him. Oh, dope. You know, let me get him on the track, and we'll rep that Dina. You know what I mean? And come up together. You know, like.
Exactly.
So the music scene's evolving. I see it evolving in front of my eyes, and actually has to do with a lot of people like you who push it out there and expose it to more other artists and just the public.
Right. Exactly.
So yeah, I see the music scene going that way. I'm kind of not sure where it's gonna go exactly, but it's hungry and we're climbing.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
So that's all I see right now.
It's moving. It's
moving. It's definitely moving.
So real quick, I don't want to take too much time on it, but what inspires you when you put a song together, or when you come up with a
you know
topic?
What I do? My song, I'll show you an example. My song, Feeling You, is talking about being with a girl that you just met, and you're feeling good. Not that you just met, sorry, that you've been riding with for a while, that you're feeling. You know, that's why it's called Feeling You. And if you listen to the song, you feel like you're out there dipping with your hyena, just having a good time. You're feeling her presence, she's feeling yours. You don't give a fuck what nobody thinks about you guys. You're like just good, you know? So what inspires me is when I'm writing a song, I think of the feeling I get when I'm out there doing something. Because when you hear my music, I don't want you to only picture it, I want you to feel it too.
Exactly.
So I do my songs based on the feeling I get when I'm talking about whatever I'm talking about. And a lot of people tell me like they feel my shit, because my gangster songs, they're like, that shit makes me want to go kill somebody, because you feel my anger in it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then like this one with it's contagious. And that's what I like to keep it at, so it's real and you can feel it. You know, not only bump and sound good, but you can feel it. And the song about the girl, you know, a lot of people like that song, because it's not only a song that girls like. Guys are telling me they like that shit too. Like, damn, it's a girl song, but it's gangster too at the same time. Like, I'm talking about rolling with your girl in a fucking lowrider. You know what I mean?
Some shit that might be uncomfortable for like a group of guys. You know what I mean? But
exactly. There you go.
It still had that G appeal.
Right. Yeah. So, because basically that's how I do it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm out here riding in the Cadillac, dipping, you know, and bumping my shit and chilling with my girl on my side, and it's just the best feeling. So that's what I write about. You know, I write about what I've been through and the experience, the feeling behind it. So that's what inspires me.
No doubt, man. Hey, that's real, man. That's genuine. You know what I'm saying? So you know, coming up as a rapper, you know what I'm saying, just through the years, who exactly, and not really, you don't really have to mention, you know, the people that you've opened up for, unless they were key influences. But who exactly were like the key influences that motivated you to start rapping?
You know what, I could just say right off the bat, man, Eazy-E was actually my biggest influence, because Well, you know, back in the movement with NWA, they're real big. I remember that. But Eazy-E, I'd always put his shit. Even though Cube Ghost wrote a lot of his shit, it was all stories from the hood and what was going on outside my front door. You know what I mean? So that inspired me. Like, damn, music is fucking like this is some real shit. Like I'm listening to it, going, what the fuck you know about that? You know what I mean? Like other people. Like I'm straight. There's other people living like this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I'm not the only one.
Yeah. Like I'm okay. It's okay to drive by. That shit's not just here. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like it's everywhere. So that's what inspired me. That you can make music of real shit that you're living through and that you see outside. And like I said, I didn't have a steady father figure in my life, so that taught me what was going on outside. So that inspired me to do that myself for the younger generation, or just whoever's feeling it. So Eazy-E, although Ice Cube, Snoop, Dre, that's all I used to bump. You know, I just love that West Coast style, because that's all we were doing growing up is low riding and pulling crimes, whatever we did. Back in the day. Which we evolved a lot, but a lot of shit's still the same. We're still out here low riding and doing stuff. So
keeping the culture alive. Man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it never died. So
exactly. So real quick, just a few more questions, man. I want to ask you, what positive, encouraging words do you have for up and coming artists?
Up and coming artists. You know what? If you're serious about your music, invest into yourself. My biggest thing is don't do music and not have a fucking job or a source of income, because this music shit ain't gonna make you money right off the bat. Invest in yourself. Don't be a burden on nobody. Get your own money, and then do what you got to do to make your music happen in a better way. Because people recognize that quality right off the bat.
Absolutely.
And
hey, I think that's key what you said. Don't be a burden.
Actually, South Park Mexican, a Chicano rapper from Texas.
SPM.
Yeah, that's actually a quote from a quote from him. He said, don't be a burden on nobody when you're in the music game. Don't be a burden on nobody. Get your own money and support your own career, your
own cause.
And that's my biggest thing, because I see a lot of rappers trying to come up, but you can't open up for people. You can't get a phone app like I did because you don't got no money to come in.
Which means that you're not thinking of a way to make that happen for yourself.
It costs, I can't tell you how many thousands I put into what I've come along with so far. If you're passionate about it, you're going to do it with no problem. So invest into yourself is the best thing I can ever tell you. And be yourself, because nobody could be you like you. Don't copy nobody. Just be you, because no one could do it like you can. So that's my biggest advice. Be you, invest in yourself, and listen to your fans and appreciate your fans.
No doubt.
Hook them up once in a while.
Right.
Show them love,
Right, exactly.
I mean, you look at my website, there's more pictures of my fans than me.
Right. Hey, so real quick, and one more question, and this is a question that I think people should want to hear. Thus far, what has been the most challenging thing for you when pursuing a career in music?
The most challenging thing I think I ever been through was actually when I had a bigger label. You get so many people left and right telling you, don't do this, don't do that.
Or do this.
Or do this
that,
and do that. I literally had someone tell me, don't do gangster rap. I'm like, why? Like, why? And, that's not what's playing on the radio. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I don't do this shit for the radio. So the biggest thing, don't get me wrong, there's such a thing as constructive criticism. Learn and grow from that. Then there's also things where people just don't understand who you are.
They don't have that vision.
They don't have the same vision you have, just because of different lifestyles. That's not their fault or nothing. That's not your fault. But be who you want to be. And it was real challenging to think twice about it. Like, damn, should I try to do some like gay shit? Like some
do I got to make up a dance or something?
I got to make a dance song or
wear some yellow pants and get out there and
or like some R&B that I'm not knocking R&B. I mean, R&B people, they're like the best singers.
Do I need an auto-tune or something?
But do I need let me try this shit and fuck no, I sounded retarded as fuck. I got to spit my shit.
And it wasn't genuine.
It wasn't, there you go, it wasn't genuine. It wasn't me, so...
what you do now, like, you don't have to try to do that.
I do it naturally.
Exactly.
Exactly. And that was the most challenging thing was when I started listening to people. And their shit was just wrong, I know, it's my cousin. My little cousin tripping. And anyway, Yeah, that was the hardest thing, man. Just keeping it yourself. Fuck what everybody says. Do what you feel, man. Do the beats you like. Do the lyrics you like. And spit it the way you like.
Right.
You know, who cares what anybody else says? Because in the end, you're the only one that's on the stage alone performing it. And let me tell you this, when you're performing, if you're performing a song that you just fucking love because it's all you, when you're performing, you're going to perform that shit 100 times better than if you're performing some fake shit.
I agree 100% with that, man. And you know what? It takes a real musician to know that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It takes someone that's been through that and that actually makes music for what moves him, you know what I'm saying, to know that.
That's what I'm saying. These upcoming artists, man, if you're serious about it, you'll know exactly what I mean. You're probably dealing with some of that shit right now.
Right.
and that's actually another reason, too, by kicking everybody off my label, just let me focus on myself. And that's another thing. Focus on yourself. If you're in a group with other people, that's cool. Work with them. You come up with some dope shit. I mean, think about how this tracks are with those people that were on my label.
Right.
And they all got down. I respect them for their music.
Right.
But, you know, also keep in mind, you got to push yourself. And you got to keep it yourself.
Exactly.
You know, no matter who you work with.
Man.
So.
And that's heavy. Now, real quick, one more, and then the shout-outs. What has been the most rewarding thing for you thus far? You
know, the most rewarding thing is all the love I get from people. I could tell people who like actually listen to my shit.
Yeah.
And they feel it, and they tell me, hey, I've been bumping your CD all day, or hey, I was having a fucked up day, but then your shit got me in the mood, you know, like fuck everybody and just have a good time.
Right.
So the most rewarding stuff is the feedback I get from my fans.
Absolutely.
And when I'm at my shows performing, when I come off stage, the love I get, that's the best thing I love. You know, I'm giving out CDs and you know, they want to take pictures of me. Oh, when's your next shit coming out?
Right.
You know, so that's the most rewarding thing. And on top of it, it's my dream. Like, damn, did I really make this shit happen for myself?
Right, exactly.
That's really rewarding, you know?
Exactly.
Like, I came from the gutter, and look at where I'm at now.
Man, hey, you know what? We got to do a song one of these days, sooner or later. You know
you're going to hear Gangsta Rick and a Bing Bing track coming out soon. That's not even a question.
Thank you. So yeah, man. Hey, Gangsta Rick, man, it's been an honor having you here on the block with us. You got any shout-outs you want to drop real quick?
You know what? Shout out to Midget Local for getting on my new track, and the whole Still Banging family. I mean, they're all dope-ass people. Shout out to, you know, Pasadena music scene for putting everybody out there. Shout out to all the artists in Pasadena coming up. You know, always feel free to hit me up. You know, Bing Bing knows what's up. He has all my contact info. So, you know, I'm definitely willing to work with new people. And shout out to Jasper Local, Ms. Jova, just all my people, everybody I worked with in the music scene. Shout out to everybody and all my fans and High Times Pasadena Cart Club, LA's Finest, for all these projects that they're involved with me in. And, you know, shout out to everybody supporting, whoever liked, shared my shit, or just listened to it, you know?
No. And so where can we find your stuff at?
Everything's at gangsterrick.com.
And download the app.
Yeah, get that phone app on your phone if you don't have it.
It's free, right?
It's free. It's free. There's no excuses.
Yeah, there's no reason why you
don't gotta go ask
it.
nobody for $1. Just download that shit. It's free.
Thank you. All right, check it out, man. It's Gangsta Rick, Wilson Block 100 Radio. You know what I'm saying? We out, man.
West Side.